Hello friends, this is Jimmy Singh, broker owner of Supermax Realty, 647-961-2639, or you can reach me via my website www.supermaxrealty.ca. So friends, today I'm going to make my very first video on importance of financial planning and financial literacy. So as you all know, via my channel that I'm very passionate about real estate investing and wealth creation. But the other topic which is very important to my heart is teaching the next generation importance of money. And it is considered a taboo not to talk about money within family, and that is hurting a lot of families. So before I start a financial literacy video, I want to discuss importance of goal setting, because no amount of financial planning will help you achieve the wealth or financial freedom until you are clear in your mind what you really want to do. So what happened is, in 1979 Harvard MBA did a study. So what they did is they asked the graduation class prior to the graduation, do they have goals written? Do they have a written plan how they're going to achieve those goals? So the professor of the class asked all the students about importance of goal and planning. So what happened is 84% of the entire class said that they have no goals at all, and 13% of the class have written goals but no plans how they're going to achieve it, and 3% of the class have both written goals and concrete solid plans how they're going to achieve it. So what is the outcome? Fast forward 10 years, the professor called all the graduate students and asked how they are doing in their life. So what they found out is 13% students of the class who had written goals for their life but have no plans, they are making 2 times more money as compared to 84% of the entire class which has no written goals. And interestingly, 3% of the class which has both written goals and concrete plans, they are making 10 times more income than 97% of the class. So friends, what does that tells us? It tells us we have to be diligent in planning our work first and then work our plan. So what are the steps we can do use today to achieve our goals? Number 1, set highly specific goals. So instead of saying I wanna be very rich, so you should say, okay, I wanna acquire $1 million in net worth, and then maybe you can say, okay, I want to invest in real estate and my goal is to buy 5 properties. So that is called setting highly specific goals. Second step is you can have to create a very strong enough reason why you want to achieve those goals. It can be security, it can be family might be the reason, it might be you want a security and want make sure your family is very comfortable. And third thing you want to do is you want to develop a thorough plan. You want to break down steps that need to follow for you to achieve your goals. So let's say if somebody want to buy a house, so first step is he need to go to bank to get the loan, then he need to hire a real estate professional, third he need a lawyer to close the transaction. So that is the third step. And fourth thing you want to do is take massive action. So this is the differentiating point which I found in my life between highly successful people and not so successful people is the successful people take massive action irrespective with the probability of their win and against all uncertainties. They go extra mile. And fifth thing is manage, track and adjust. So if something is not working for you guys, you have to just again see what is going wrong and adjust your course of action. And then let's say if somebody is $24,000 in debt, and that's a big number, and if he sit and say, okay, I want to pay off my debt, so what he has to do is If he breaks this down, he has to pay $2,000 a month. So by the end of the year, he will be off the debt. Or he can break it down, $66 a day I have to save and put towards my debt. So I will be debt free in 1 year. So friends, this is the number one thing, goal setting. Goal setting is very, very critical. And second thing is, we have to teach our kids about financial literacy and financial planning. So before they start earning 100,000, 50,000, whatever that may be, we have to teach them the value of the first $100 or $10. So this month, my daughter Sophia, she's going to be 8 years. So I always have talk about money because I want her to feel comfortable, and I want her to appreciate how hard me and my wife works to provide for them. So last week I sat with them and I got 5 jars for her from a dollar store. So in the first jar I put savings. So I told her from every time I pay her money, she has to put a portion in her savings jar. The second jar is for investing. So you can either put money to invest in yourself, maybe take courses for self-improvement, maybe get coaching from somebody, or to acquire assets, maybe gold, maybe real estate, or maybe invest in stocks. So that is the jar number 2. The third jar is for donation. I'm a Sikh by religion, and our gurus taught us the importance of giving back to community. So you can have 5 to 10% of your money going into the third jar. Fourth can be expensive. So what happens is, everybody has expenses or debts or small things you want to buy. So you want to make sure the money goes to the fourth jar as well. And I see a lot of people, when they earn money, they spend 80-90% on this thing, and then there's hardly anything left or planned. So pay always 10% or 5% yourself first before you pay any of them, rest of the people. And fifth jar is for dream or vacations. So whatever your big dream or goal is, you put the money in the fifth jar. So that is a good starting point. And then I always see the very successful financial people, they follow 80-20 rule. So what is 80-20 rule? So guys, if you look at your expenses, 80% of probably your money goes to housing, transportation, phone bills, and 20% goes to your life's small indulgences, maybe eating out, having a good cup of coffee, buying new clothes, or vacation. So first thing you want to do is focus on the top 80% expense, and maybe you can pick up a phone and call the cell phone company to renegotiate your cell phone bill. Or maybe if you have an option, you can rent your basement, because housing is a big cost. So maybe you can rent your basement, and whatever money comes, you try to knock off your mortgage of a principal property. So if you haven't watched my previous video, how to pay mortgage within 10 to 12 years, go to my channel, Real Estate Edge with Jimmy Singh, and watch it. And then obviously, if you have 2 cars and you don't need the second car, get rid of the car. So you'll save on insurance, you will save on the gas. So that will also help. Or you do carpooling. If you both are going to the same direction, you can carpool with your friends. And then obviously, once this is done, then you look at the 20% expenses, the small indulgences, maybe eating out or coffee, and then you can also cut some expenses as well. So that is a great start, right? Always pay first, guys, and if you can't afford, don't buy it. So don't fall for the sale trap. So sometimes I go in a store, they have like a aisle where they put tags, like instead of white tags, they put red or orange, very catchy tags. So they're designed for our mind to pause and think, maybe I don't need it, but you might think, okay, that shirt or that stuff might come handy. It is on sale. Who knows, maybe it's going to go on sale or not, right? So they catch you. There's research done. Let's say if I'm going to go to grocery store, I need a milk. They will make sure I crosses all the aisles to go get my milk at the end of the store, right? And even when you're paying your bills, they want to make sure high profit items like candies and everything, it is in the front to tempt you, or magazines, right? So these are all traps, guys. Walk away for 24 hours, go back to your home without buying these things. Chances are you will realize that these things you don't need it, and you will save a lot of money. Second trap I see is, 0% down. Like cell phone companies will call you and say, the cell phone is $1,300, 0%, don't worry, we'll pay in a bill. At the end, guys, you are paying for $1,400 cell phone. So rather you buy a $200 cash, any resale phone, which work very well, right? And other trap I see is they sell you 100,000 car, saying lease it, 0% financing for $400 a month, right? So again, in my life, I get surprised by people. Sometimes they refinance every 4 or 5 years their house just to buy a 100,000 car. There's nothing wrong in that, but it hamper your progress and wealth creation, right? And at the end of the day, guys, I believe your bank account and financial net worth statement can give you a real picture. So learn to create your own net worth statement, and this is very, very critical. And other thing I like to discuss is there are certain things I learned in my life. First thing is, a high paying job always doesn't solve your money problems. And one of my mentors used to say, job means just over broke. So it's like a Murphy law. The more you make, the more expenses catch up to you. Maybe you want to upgrade to a bigger house, buy expensive car, get an expensive golf membership. And there are millions of people, in Canada who earn just enough to survive, but they can't afford to buy a car or provide quality education or set money aside for retirement, right? So hard work, other thing I find, doesn't solve all the problem, because world is filled with lot of hardworking people who have no money, right? The more money they make, the more debt, they get into the debt. And third thing I learned in my life is college education doesn't solve money problems as well. I went to university 7 years, did my bachelor's in mechanical engineering, but what I find is there's lack of financial education in all the systems, whether it's India, Canada, anywhere in the world, right? World is, I see filled with lot of, educated, highly educated people, but at the end of the day, they're clueless about money, right? Because if that is the case, all the PhD, masters, bachelors, should be multi-millionaires, but that's not the case. What we see in the media is school dropouts making apps, making multi-billionaires, right? So you have to follow, guys, your passion. I'm not discounting the importance of education, but these are all the old rules which our parents have taught us, through industrial age, that work hard, education, go find a job in a good company, they will take care of retirement. All models are falling apart. Look around, guys. Things are getting obsolete. If you're not changing with the time, you're gonna be done. So that is very, very critical. And the other thing is, the biggest enemy of wealth creation I see is, our own subconscious mind, right? So most people sabotage their own success, because if you study, lot of people who win lotteries, or lot of people who come in the money, maybe inheritance. And even I was reading 98% of NFL players, within 2 years of retirement, they are close to bankruptcy. I don't have to emphasize. You can read newspaper and you'll be surprised, right? So subconscious mind is our biggest enemy, because we were programmed from our childhood, certain thoughts and beliefs about money by our parents or by our peers. Example, money is not everything. Money is root cause of all evil. Rich people are evil. Money doesn't grow on trees, right? So we use same kind of flawed software, and we pass the same kind of flawed software to our kids. So in my high school class, I see certain very kids from very affluent family, they were failing grades, and people think they're good for nothing. They're not good in sports, but I see in life they're really successful. Why? Maybe it's the software they achieve from their parents, the way they talk about money and the belief system. They are very successful. And the people who are very good in my school, I see them struggling till date, because again, the bookish knowledge won't take you far, right? So what is evil, guys, is not the money, because money has no emotion, right? So what is evil is you fighting, or somebody fighting with their family because of lack of money. What is evil is you working for a job you hate, and then somebody committing crime for money, right? And at the end of the day, guys, as I said, if you go to a bank, ask $1 million and say, I have PhD, they won't give you money, right? And what is stopping people from, moving forward is the lack of, certainty or fear of, that they're going to lose their money. So what that means is your brain is working against you, right? So they think, oh, this investment is too risky. What if I lose money? What if I buy property, toilet leaks, and tenant call me in the middle of the night, right? And those are, those belief systems you have to change to be very successful. And lastly, I see a lot of investors, they basically think investing is basically buying paper assets, can be a saving account, mutual funds or whatever. But the problem is all those assets have a very little control, right? Maybe you get 2 to 4% return, and then at the end of the year you pay taxes, and then inflation wipe out your value of money. So what you guys have to do is you have to increase your financial literacy, learn the power of leverage, guys. Leverage can be your friend and foe. At the same time, leverage can make you very, very wealthy very quick. So if you have 20%, 10% down, rest of the money bank can give you to acquire real estate. So that is very, very critical. And second thing is challenge status quo. What is the common wisdom, right? So most of the financial advisors recommend diversification. They say you buy ETFs, mutual funds. So my question to them is, all those things are already very diversified. So if the market crash, their value can go practically to zero, right? So as a real investor, I know the risk involved. Yes, market can also crash in real estate. Maybe for 1, 2, 3 years, it can't be there forever, right? But I'm buying for long term. I'm buying for cash flow, and I'm not speculating. And then again, I'm in full control of my asset. That is real estate, right? And other thing is my properties are fully insured. If my house catches fire, insurance company will give me to rebuild the house, right? And trying getting insurance for your stocks or mutual funds, right? Bank won't lend you money, guys, on stocks. So if you want full control of your financial destiny, my humble request is teach the next generation or increase your financial intelligence. Warren Buffett said somewhere, diversification is protection against ignorance, because diversification is not required by people who know what they're doing. Meaning, like, if we follow status quo and the common wisdom, and we go to so-called advisors in the banks, and they are protecting banks' best interest, not yours. So you have to pull up your socks and be very savvy about these things, right? And at the end of the day, guys, I'm gonna end the video with one belief, that I believe prosperity of any nation depends on personal prosperity of each individual. Our system has to change. We have to provide the future generation and current students the importance, value of money and how to multiply. But unfortunately, very few people, men or women, know how to acquire wealth, keep it, and multiply, because most of the masses, they lack education and knowledge how to make the money multiply and work harder. And it's not that hard. Just like law of gravity, financial rules are very simple. Number one, start saving. Pay yourself first. Second, control your expenses. Third, guard against losses. Don't speculate and try to get rich overnight. Fourth, make money multiply. Fifth, increase your ability to earn more money. I know a person here in my circle, he has a convenience store, but in last couple of months in COVID, he pulled up his socks, took a electrician license to improve himself and improve his ability to earn more. So I want to end this video, guys. There's so much information there. If you like this video, you want me to make more of these videos to help kids and future generation, give it a thumbs up at my channel. And I will make one video on financial literacy every Monday. Thanks for watching. God bless your family.